People often ask me, when is a VA loan the best type of mortgage to get if you're VA eligible versus other mortgage types? VA loan is certainly not the only mortgage out there. In many cases, the VA loan is the best option, but it's not always. And so I'm going to run through some quick scenarios on when to get a VA loan and when another loan might be more appropriate. First one is if you're putting less than 20% down. If you're doing a low down payment, well, VA loan is zero down, but you can put a down payment down. Some people do. Or you can do 3% conventional or 3.5% FHA, all those kind of programs. But the advantage of VA is one, the rates are lower. Two, there's no mortgage insurance. And even though there is a funding fee, because the rates are lower, it more than makes up for that. So less than 20% down, VA is going to win that pretty much every time. Again, because there's no mortgage insurance and because the rates are better. Next time, if you're collecting VA disability, you don't have a funding fee due ever. And in that case, VA is a no-brainer. You just got to go VA on that because you are going to save money. So VA is the winner on that one. Next one is if you're doing more than 20% down, but you're not VA eligible for the disability. This is where it gets really interesting. And on that one, I'm going to say it really depends because it's very, very close. And here's why. The VA loan does have a lower rate than conventional does, but if you're putting more than 20% down, you still have that funding fee. If you're not eligible for VA disabilities, I'm trying to say. But if you're putting more than 20% down, you would not have the PMI that you have on conventional. So those two kind of negate each other, and it's very, very close. It really depends on the lender. And in those scenarios, I'll actually price both out to really see because I want to make sure that you get the best deal. So again, that one is it depends. Next scenario, low credit score. VA loan is extremely flexible credit score requirements. There actually is no minimum score in VA. There are lender guidelines. That one's pretty easy. Go VA on that one every single time. Next scenario, high debt to income ratio. Same thing. VA is much more lenient on debt ratios. Actually, no debt ratio maximum, although lenders do have their debt ratio rules. Again, VA is going to be the way to go on that. That's not even a question on that one. Here's a really interesting one. Cannabis industry. If you work in the cannabis industry, what you need to know is that VA actually doesn't allow cannabis income. So you would either go conventional if you are an employee or non-QM, like these portfolio products, if you